back to Appleby Academy's classes. So in this video, we are going to discuss about partnership accounts. See, partnership accounts is a very important topic when you're considering the module accounting. And in this area, you can normally expect both problem and theory questions from this particular part. And when you're considering about the problem areas, you can expect from calculating gaining ratio or sacrificing ratio and calculation of new profit sharing ratio, valuation of goodwill. All these can be included under the head of partnership accounts when you're preparing for the coming exam. And when it's about theory, you should be able to know about the basic concepts of partnership accounts, that how a partnership firm is formed and the basic deed and all. It's very important. So anyway, we'll start with December 2023 question and just find how this question got asked from this particular area. So the question goes like this: in which ratio will the remaining partners compensate the retiring partner for a share of goodwill? Though this is about how you're going to distribute goodwill based on which ratio, which ratio is to be considered for distributing goodwill to the partners in case of retirement of a partner. Okay. So when you're dealing with the concept partnership account, see, it was actually formed due to the limitation of sole proprietorship. See, in case of sole proprietorship, we know that everything is managed by a single person. So there are a number of limitations. As you can see, there is a lack of financial resources, lack of human resources, lack of skill. That means everything is limited. In that case, it's about including some more person. That means it will help to make some more better basis for even financially, and in case of human, in case of skill, everything can be improved. And that's a situation of formation of partnership. See, as the business expands, one needs more capital, larger number of people to manage the business and share its risk. For such a situation, we can adopt partnership form of organization. And when you are going with the Indian Partnership Act 1932, Section 4 is actually defining the term partnership. And what is this partnership? It's about the relationship between persons who have agreed to share the profits of the business carried on by all or any one of them acting for all. So here the partners are working, like everyone is acting as an agent of other partners, and in the same way he is also acting as a principal. Okay, and they are working with the same goal, and everyone is trying to make maximum profit. And in this situation, they will be sharing these profits and losses, and also will be sharing the risk element in it. Okay. you're considering about the nature, basically 2 or more persons should be there. Okay, minimum number is 2, then only it will be like a form of partnership. So minimum 2, and based on the situation or industry, maximum number can be changed. Then agreement, it's about what is the agreement between these persons? It's about sharing the future profits and losses based on a particular ratio that can be varied. Either they can agree a particular ratio, or that will be like, they will be like equal partners. Then what's the purpose? The agreement should be for some business. Then there is a mutual agency. That means everyone is acting for everyone is acting like an agent and also as a principal. Okay, so the business may be carried on by all the partners or any one of them acting for all, which means each partner carrying on the business is a principal as well as the agent. Okay, now it's about sharing of profits. So when you're considering about sharing of profits, as I already mentioned, that's a basic thing what is happening in case of partnership firm. Profit will be shared among the partners, or if there is a loss, that will be also shared among them. Then the liability, when you're considering about the liability of partnership, the major limitation of that is it's related to liability of partnership. The liability of partnership is unlimited. That means if they are not able to pay the liabilities, then they have to surrender their personal properties in order to meet this, or in order to cope up with these liabilities. Okay, now see, partnership deed. What is this partnership deed? When you are making a written agreement, that is called partnership deed. But when you are considering about is it compulsory? No, it is not compulsory, but it is recommendable. That means if you are making like a written agreement, that will be more like it is giving you some more specified or much more clarity, and when in case of lots of issues can be resolved if there is a proper deed and all, confusions can be avoided, but which is not compulsory. If there is no such a deed, we'll go for the thing which is specified in the Partnership Act. Like if there is an absence of deed, we know that we will consider partners as equal. Like a way, there are lots of provisions. So an agreement can be either written or oral, but it is desirable to have written agreement to avoid unnecessary litigations. Okay, so when you are making this written agreement, which is called a partnership deed, and what all are the things which is included in case of partnership deed? There will be description about the partners, then their capital contribution, description of the firm, and if there is something giving like interest on capital, drawings, loan, etc. will be specified. If there is something like commission or salaries, that will be specified. Principal place of business should be specified there, nature of business, duration of partnership, method of settlement in case of disputes, rules to be followed in case of admission, retirement and death of partners, rights and duties and liabilities of partners. All these will be specified in partnership deed. Okay, so if there is such a deed, it will be very easy for them to make decisions, and they can avoid lots of litigations and all. But if there is no such a deed, it's okay, they have to follow something like this. If there is partnership deed is absent, profit and loss should be shared equally. That's why I mentioned that they will be equal partners. Then no interest will be provided for capital or drawings, because that is not specified. Then they will not be getting anything like interest on capital, or they will not be paying anything like interest on drawings. But interest on loans and advances are to be allowed, and that rate is fixed, that is 6% per annum. Okay, so these points are very, very important. Okay, now it's about admission of partners. When you are thinking about admission of partners, see, it's about a new partner got admitted to a partnership firm. Like if there is two partners, and if there is another partner is coming to the firm, it's a situation of admission of partner. And in this situation, there will be like lots of change. That means, first of all, the new partner is going to acquire the right for the shares which is already held by this partnership firm, and in future they are going to receive the profits or losses from the business also. Okay, this is situation. Okay, and when you're coming to know about the adjustments, when a new partner is admitted, we need to calculate new profit sharing ratio, sacrificing ratio. We need to value and make adjustment related to goodwill. We need to revalue the assets and liabilities. If there is any accumulated profits is there, you have to distribute to all partners, and partners' capital should be adjusted like a way. Okay. And now, see, we are going to discuss about some situation in case of admission, retirement or death. So, if it's a case of admission, new partner, when you're considering about the new partner, he will bring capital, as he need to be a part of that particular partnership firm. He need to bring capital, and also he need to bring goodwill, because he is going to share the benefits of this particular firm, so that he need to pay something for that. Okay, so in that case, he is going to give goodwill for the partnership firm. And how this goodwill, how they are going to distribute this goodwill? In case of admission, the goodwill will be shared among all partners in sacrificing ratio. So how we will be distribute this goodwill to existing, all partners, we will be sharing this amount in sacrificing ratio. That's why we are calculating sacrificing ratio in case of admission. Okay, but when you are considering about the situation of retirement or death, there we know that the ratio will be, which type of ratio is there? It is like gaining ratio. They are gaining, all partners are gaining something, or existing partners are gaining something. That's why here we will be giving the goodwill based on gaining ratio. So in case of admission, the goodwill is shared based on sacrificing ratio, and in case of retirement or death, goodwill is shared among gaining ratio. Okay. Now coming back to our question, in which ratio will the remaining partners compensate the retaining partner for a share of goodwill? So how that will be distributed, which ratio to be considered? Is it profit ratio or sacrificing ratio, gaining ratio or capital ratio, which is based on gaining ratio. Okay, so this time the question is about retiring partner for. Next time you can actually expect for a admitting partner. Such a situation can be expected. So correct answer for this question is option C. So when you're dealing with this partnership accounts, it is important that you should go through these types of specific rules or specific things which we need to consider in case of doing a particular situation like admission or retirement. So if you're doing at least a problem from this area, it will be easy for you to identify all these things rather than mugging up the complete theory related to this. If you're doing a particular problem related to admission, or if you're doing a particular problem related to retirement or death, you will be able to do both problems, and also you will be getting a proper idea related to all these situations. Okay, so that you will be getting more understanding related to this. So you need to prepare in this way. Okay, so I hope this video will help you for your preparation. Thank you and happy learning.